Well, here we are for race number 2 of the Thursday night, and live from the virtual Kansas Speedway. It's season number 3 of the QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup. The Gen 4 cars ready to go at this mile-and-a-half speedway. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper. Well, we've seen a lot here this season, but it's been Schultz Law Office 180. Put it on here tonight. Chuck Sweeting with an awesome lap here to start on the pole. Glad to see his luck turn around. Again, I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, and all season long I'll be bringing you flag-to-flag coverage here on V-Speed. Well, here's the points on your screen. Jalen Handcamp is leading the points after Chris Nail on the Darktona shortened race. I call it Darktona because we lost lighting, and I know that Quentin Stewart probably won't appreciate that. He might get a laugh out of it. I hope he does. But as you can see here in the points, it's a 131-point gap from 20th to 1st, and after only one race, we got a lot to figure out here for QSR. Race analysis on that track map here. 1.5 mile oval opened back in 2001, and very similar to Chicagoland and Las Vegas, Kansas Speedway has put on a lot of historic moments, and the racing here has continued to be fun. It should be towards the outside, but here in the Gen 4 car, you could see the bottom work as well early in the run. Race analysis up on your screen. Stage lap at lap 30, 120 laps here today. 45 mile per hour pit road speed limit with 2 green-white checkered attempts, 4 tires in the pits over the wall. Schedule up on your screen as well. We'll go to Iowa just after this with a 4-race chase, a little off week there in the break, and we'll end on December 17th at Charlotte Legacy. A lot of legacy tracks with Michigan and Texas also on that, but I'm looking forward to Iowa and Chicagoland here. Excuse me. In the coming weeks. We also we might have those dates a little bit incorrect, but we'll get those fixed for you next time. But as we pace around this racetrack, it's time to take you to your grid, and starting on the pole here tonight, well, that's going to be the 75 of Chuck Sweeting. A 30.620 for the 75. He'll start alongside Alan Dobbs, less than 1,000th of a second apart here. 100th of a second apart for the front row. Jesse Gordon and Quentin Stewart will start in row number 2, and then it's Wyatt Walker, Galen Wunsch in row number 3. Brent Allen, row number 4, with Daniel Molnex in 8th position. And rounding out your top 10 for row number 5, it's Ryan Philbrick and Ronnie Joyner. Ronnie Joyner trying to rebound after that finish at Daytona. Brenton Wilkin and Bryson Witherspoon will start 11th and 12th. 13th, Tyler Autry and Gerald Sensenbaugh in 14th. Christian Rutt-Riegel and Brandon Yates. Then it goes back to Marty Phillips and Ethan Wisnowski. I think on the camera says not Ethan. Larry Eddy and Max Koss for row number 10. Then it's Mike Petrin and Clay Nelson. Go back a little bit further to Tyler Willard. He's going to round out your field here tonight. But for the QSR Chase for the Cup, we're green flag and racing from Kansas. The Schultz 180 into turn 1. To lead lap number 1, Alan Dobbs takes over the point. How about that for the 21? He leads the first lap around this place, and Chuck Sweeting falls back a spot. Looks like he's going to be challenged by Jesse Gordon on the inside down the backstretch. And here comes Jesse Gordon, offset 3 wide for the lead. Oh, a little tight there for Chuck Sweeting out of turn 4. Side by side just behind back there, Brent Allen to the inside of Galen Wunsch with the 6th spot. Top 5 still very much on top of each other. Wunsch going to play defense. Jesse Gordon trying to chase down the lead. Going to go back a little bit further with Philbrick on the outside. He's running the high line through 1 and 2. Going to try to hold on to it. He will. Daniel Molnick's going to fall in line. Molnick's in a 38 this season. How about that? The Elliott Sadler throwback. And we have side by side just in front of him Brent Allen in the Performance Diesel Injection, number 13. 16 rather. Holds on to that spot for the time being. And the 38 gets by on the outside. Alan Dobbs still your leader. 5 laps into this thing already. So a little bit of a, I would say, a weather delay maybe, as we looked at last week. Got your popcorn for this one? I hope so. Shane Ferguson in the chat. Absolutely need some popcorn. This race is going to go probably green all the way through. You can see these Gen 4 cars. We have 21 of them as Tyler Autry is going to have an early exit. Maybe a connection issue there for the number 2. He'll be off the track. And looks like he's coming back here with a little connection flicker. At the end of the line here, it's Brandon Yates in the number 15. Rounding out the field so far. Back up front, though, challenge for the lead. Jesse Gordon to the inside. He'll take it low in 1 and 2. Holding on to the point. Drag race down the backstretch. Here's a nose here for the 10. 21 takes it back, but a deep dive and a pinch here from the 21, trying to hold off the lead. Gordon just barely across the line there for a lap lead. It was a close one. Less than 1,000th of a second across that stripe. But he will take over for a brief amount of time. Into 1 and 2. Looks like he lost the lead by a nose. He'll go into 3 and 4, a deep dive and run to the high line. Can he play defense on the outside? He'll close the door. And there's the 10 car with the point. 85 into the wall, Wyatt Walker. Quentin Stewart has worked his way up to 4th position. Started in 4th, fell back a little bit. Holding on to it here as we ride on board with the 24 machine. I have a little problem with my button there for a second. But there you are. For anybody that wants to leave this guy beer on his front door, let's let him know. Back and forth for the lead again. Dobbs tried on the inside out of turn 2, down the back stretch, wasn't able to take over, and Jesse Gordon will defend again. Side by side deeper back there with Chuck Sweeting for the 4th spot. Going to continue down the backstretch to the outside for the 24. Sweeting has the nose here. Maybe a crossover? No, the 24 is going to hit the wall, though. Brief brush with the wall, a little bit of damage on the right-hand side. Stewart falls back to 8th now. Just like that, one little mistake from 4th to 8th position, just like that. Back on board with Quentin Stewart. And you can see the multiple lines here, with the bottom being a little more dominant than we're used to seeing. Jesse Gordon running that low line, and the 21 of Alan Dobbs trying to hang right with him. Less than a tenth separate them into turn 1. Gordon going to play the line on the high side, get the run down the backstretch, and keep that spot. And lead another lap here through 3 and 4. Back here deep, it's side by side with Ronnie Joyner. Last week, not having the finish that he felt he deserved. Took an early exit at Daytona under the lights and lack thereof. Remember, we had problems with the iRacing graphics, and we can blame it. 38 to the wall, Daniel Molnix. 3 wide off of 4, or out of 2, rather. And he's going to lose 2 spots there. Almost contact out of the exit of turn 4. Side by side with the 24 QSR CEO Quentin Stewart. Trying to make that spot up. He got by after Molnix tagged the wall. Molnix playing the bottom really, really well, though. Seems like these Gen 4 cars working the bottom of this racetrack a lot better than previous races we've seen here on V-Speed. 15 laps complete. Jesse Gordon, still your leader. He's led 10. I'd say 10, but I guess it's 9 of the 15 completed here. We go back to Alan Dobbs, just about 3/10 behind. And you look behind him, still from 3rd back to probably 8th position, right on top of each other. Wyatt Walker, Chuck Sweeting, Ronnie Joyner, Daniel Molnix, Quentin Stewart, and even Ryan Philbrick still in this hunt as well. On the move for Philbrick. Started in 9th, but now progressing back towards the top 5. We got 5 wide in front of him here with Wyatt Walker in the middle. 5 wide. Did I say 5 wide? I meant 3 wide. I promise. But for the 5th position, 85 in the wall. Has to steer it out of the clear. And Ronnie Joyner up to the top 5. 6 spots gained now. Biggest mover in the top 10. Continuing to tick the laps away. 21 cars started this race, 20 still on the racetrack. Tyler Willard in the number 13 is going to be in 19th position. 12 seconds back from this top 3. Continuing to go side by side, just inside the top 10. Philbrick by the 24 of Stewart, almost some contact through the tri-oval. Now going to look inside of Galen Wunsch on the bottom in 1 and 2. Gonna hold on side by side into the entry of turn 3 and a pass down to the bottom. This is for the 7th position. Galen Wunsch off the corner. Gonna hold on to it for the time being. Almost contact again. 06 gets into the side of Galen Wunsch in the entry of turn 1. Brief brush with the wall there as they enter 3. You can see the right front damage on the 06. Still pushing the issue though. Jesse Gordon continues to lead, holds on to the point. 2/10 separate the 21 and the 10. Running the middle line in the Gen 4 car. Not a good run out of turn 4. 21 gets a pretty good run out, though, to catch up to him. Gonna take it back to the bottom in 1 and 2. He has the nose on the inside. Just briefly there. Into the wall for the 10. This might allow Dobbs to the inside. It will, into 3 and 4. Stay side by side on the exit of the corner. No contact, plenty of room. Battle for the lead continues. Up into the wall again for the 10 of Gordon. This will hand it over to Alan Dobbs. Started in second spot. The Budweiser 21 might pull away here. Jesse Gordon makes a couple mistakes. Might have used that car up to stay up front. Looking back here into the top 3, Ronnie Joyner has gotten around the 75 of Chuck Sweeting. He has about a full second to catch up to second position. It's a long way to go here for the 00 if he wants to get up there and challenge for the lead. Mara Frago, I saw you earlier in the chat. If you were trying to contact us, I can get you a better way to do so. Just let me know. You were a little bit early for this one at 7:30. Went live at 8 p.m. Jesse Gordon falling back into the wall again here through 1 and 2. That's going to allow Joyner to reel him in. Allen making a pass here. Trying to play defense actually on Marty Phillips through the tri-oval. Going to continue here as the lap car down the backstretch. Chuck Sweeting makes a mistake. Brent Allen also loses a spot, but let's check in what happened to the 75. Well, this is down the backstretch, so back it up a little bit more. Maybe into the wall. Ronnie Joyner comes across his nose sideways and almost collects the 85. Back it up a little bit more and see what happened to the 00. Just ran it up too high on the outside of the 15, trying to get by a lap car. Sends the 75 sideways, and Chuck Sweeting back to the 12th position now. Christian Regal is going to hit his pit stall. Looks like the 22 as well. Clay Nelson just behind him. A lot of damage repair for the 22. 100% fuel. You have to say that these guys probably going to try to stretch it to lap 60 to make it a halfway. But will it be enough? I'd say with a mile and a half, 100% fuel, you probably make it somewhere around lap 45 to 50. So this race definitely going to be split into 2 stops. And we have a yellow flag out on the racetrack. Trying to figure out where it was. It's Christian Regal in the 33. Well, this could be the stage. Which would put Alan Dobbs. I think this is the stage caution. Yes, at lap 30. And I apologize. It's a little bit of a hiccup here on V-Speed's end. Stage winner goes to Alan Dobbs. Top 10 gonna pop up on the left-hand side of your screen. And here comes the flood down pit road. Down and away there. Chuck Sweeting just in that first pit stop after getting the pole. He's not going to be the first one out of pit road. It's Alan Dobbs, Jesse Gordon, Daniel Molnix, Wyatt Walker, and Galen Wunsch for the top 5. A lot of damage to repair, maybe for the 75, maybe a speeding penalty. But the 21 will come out on top here for the remaining portion of this race. A lot of racing left to be done here from Kansas. You're watching the QSR simulators. Race for the Cup. The Schultz Law Office 180. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this.
Just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Back here live from Kansas Speedway, the QSR Chase for the Cup. Race number 2 has completed stage number 1. Alan Dobbs gets the victory on that stage. A lot of racing left to be done, though, as we have about a remaining 80 laps, give or take. Clean and green for the first stage. Let's see if we can go clean and green for the second part of this race. Green flag is out. Already a challenge here from Daniel Molnex to the inside of the 21. Jesse Gordon, Wyatt Walker back there for third and fourth, but the challenge for the lead right out of the gate. Molnex to the point. He takes over on lap 37. Still continuing to hold on to this spot so far. 38 gonna challenge again into 3 and 4. A little pinch there from the 21. Back and forth for the lead. Lap 38. Looks like it's gonna go to the 21 here, maybe. Molnex holds on one more lap. High line here for Dobbs. Oh, that is close there out of the exit of 4. Back and forth, the leader. Alan Dobbs, the stage winner. Molnex had it briefly. Get back here to Galen Wunsch. Remember the 199 started in the 6th spot, but he's trying to challenge for a top 3. He's going to get to the inside of the 85, take it to the bottom in 1 and 2. The fall back in line though down the backstretch. Good job setting the nose here for the 199 as they come out of turn 4. He's had to lift out of the throttle a lot here for the 85. And it looks like Wyatt Walker just going to let him have the position this time around. Continuing on pace is Dobbs as he continues to lead. 21 laps into the wall out of 4 though. Little mistake there, similar to what we saw from Jesse Gordon. Gordon in the top 3. You see there on the left-hand side, 1.5 seconds or more here. But as the lead continues to battle, this could reel the pin back in. Molnex not getting much slack here from the 21. Dobbs going to pinch him on the exit. Molnex back to the lead for this lap. Down to the bottom in 1 and 2. Check back in here, deeper into the field. Third place driver Jesse Gordon has about 3/10 on Galen Wunsch. And we have a yellow flag. It looks like Trenton Wilkin has problems into the entry at turn 1. Here we go through 3 and 4. He runs up on the back of the 50. Takes it 3 wide down to the bottom of the tri-oval. Slides up into the side and into turn 1, just sideways. It's going forward with a 13. The 18, rather. 16, I don't even know. Brent Allen changing his number on me. Where do you go? That was a good choice. On board with Quentin Stewart, rather, as well. And that brings us back down pit road. Daniel Molnex, Alan Dobbs going to lead him in. Who's going to win this battle out of the pits? It'll be a tight one here. You see the jack drop on the 38. Galen Wunsch is going to win the race off of pit road. And how about the 38? He also beats the 21 out. So it's Galen Wunsch on 2 tires. He's going to take over this lead. Had about 10 laps on the stint there. I'm going to go back green momentarily, but while we have it, that moment, let's see if we can find a driver. Ethan Wisnowski. It's Bradley Cooper up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Looks like you got a little right front damage on that machine here. Is it tough to handle here on the outside? We see a lot of cars run that high line pretty well, but this car looks like it's a little sketchy up there.
Yeah, the track's pretty hot. Turn 4 is definitely it gets loose up there.
Through turn 4, I know that you say you're loose, but is it stepping out in 1 and 2? I've seen kind of different lines ran on opposite ends of the racetrack. Bottom on 3 and 4, and maybe like middle to high on 1 and 2. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, middle to high on 1 and 2. 1 and 2, I feel like I got some speed. That's where I've been passing some people. Turn 4, I'm just kind of trying to survive, it looks like.
Well, you set the Got Milk number 5 back into the field here as we get double back up. Not quite at the halfway point. Do you think you can salvage this race?
Yeah, I think I can trying to go for about 15th. I think we have a top 15 car.
That's not Ethan on the camera, but it definitely is Ethan here behind the wheel. You got a lot of racing left to do. Anybody you'd like to shout out while we got you in the booth?
Just everybody here tonight, V-Speed, and then everybody, all the admin team.
We appreciate your time, Ethan. We'll get you back up there.
You too.
Ethan Wisnowski in the number 5. He'll be restarting in the 18th position. We get set back to go green. Galen Wunsch takes over the lead, but for how long? Took 2 tires on that last stop. Daniel Molnex, Alan Dobbs, who have been back and forth for the lead for a few laps, going to restart 2nd and 3rd. Race recap coming up on your screen. Alan Dobbs was the stage winner. 6 lead changes and 2 cautions here on lap 48. Dane Ferguson, if you're still with us, if you're enjoying that popcorn, we go back green, get some more green flag laps. Hopefully we can see another set of green flag pit stops. We haven't quite crossed that threshold. We're right on the edge of it with the 100% fuel. But we're riding a fine line here for restart number 3, the Singular Wireless 199. The throwback to Robbie Gordon is going to take that green flag. Here we go into the restart zone, back underway. And right out of the gate on that restart, Galen Wunsch loses the lead. It looks like Daniel Monex is going to try to run away. New tires maybe didn't pay off there with the wheel spin. Side by side for the fourth spot rather. Jesse Gordon, Chuck Sweeting not getting a good run out of turn 4. Side by side with Wyatt Walker now for 5th. Walker with a big run there out of turn 2, but there goes Chuck Sweeting to the high line. He's going to try to challenge and maybe take it 3 wide here. He will get to the outside of the 85 for 5th. Meanwhile, in front of him, the battle for 2nd. On board with Alan Dobbs as he dives to the inside through 3 and 4. He'll clear for that position. Move him up 1 more spot back to where he began this race. He's led 22 laps. And really the only driver that's put up a challenge here for the lead back and forth. Jesse Gordon took it away there briefly. Then Daniel Monex. Now he races his way back up to the 38. Fireworks continue. Battle for 6th. Quinn Stewart on the outside of the 85. Wyatt Walker falls back a couple positions. Going to play a good strategy on the bottom through 3 and 4, though. And he'll get back into 6th spot. Coming up on that halfway point, Daniel Monex, still your leader. But for how much longer, as Alan Dobbs has chased him down, they pull away a little bit from 3rd spot, Jesse Gordon. This is kind of back to the restart here for the 21 and the 10 as they group back up. The accordion effect, the top 10 all on top of each other. From 1st back to 10th spot, Brent Allen. It's less than a second. A big hiccup there out of 4 and into the wall for the 50 of Marty Phillips. He gets stuck into the wall through the tri-oval. That's to let everybody by. Tough break there for Marty Phillips. One little mistake and he takes it to the apron. Riding on board with the 38 of Daniel Monex. We get back here to 3rd, 4th position. Jesse Gordon, Chuck Sweeting, Galen Wunsch. The battle for the lead is still very tight off of turn 4. Monex able to run away for a brief moment, but now the 21 back on the hunt. Then there's the throttle through 1 and 2. Good exit there, good enough. The 21, even better. Lap after lap in the wake. Come out of turn 4. Alan Dobbs gonna try to take the lead back. Just keeping the 38 at Molnix honest here. Gonna have a really good run out of 4, or out of 2. See what he can do in 3 and 4. He's gonna peek to the inside, thinks better of it, backs the corner up a little bit. A lot of throttle play to keep this car settled. Come by for lap 59. Well, we're at that halfway point in the race, and I'm solo up here in the booth, so find time to find those volume knobs. We see a pass for the lead. We'll come by for lap 60, and maybe Dobbs a little contact there. But it's a perfect time here on V-Speed as we see the pass for the lead to bring some noise. Let's get loud. Let's do all the things here with the volume here on V-Speed. For Trent Wilkin again here as they come across the line. Back on the V-Speed instant replay. Take a look at this. Maybe touches the apron and then gets into the 0-0 of Ronnie Joyner. Falls back a couple positions back to 10th. Joyner gets by on the outside of the 85 of Wyatt Walker, put him up to P6 now. Molnix took back the lead there while we were getting loud on V-Speed. Mara Frago, I see you in the chat now. If you need to contact us, I'll get you a link for sure. You have Discord. Side by side out of turn 4, 38 very tight there off the exit. Bobbles the nose a little bit, but holds on to the lead. They have raced away almost a full second from Jesse Gordon. And what a great name there. Jesse Gordon, I mean, that's just a perfect name. stock car racing. He led 17 laps so far. He's trying to chase these guys back down. Last time by a little bit slower, by about 2/10. This time by going to be even on the lap times. Into the wall though, and that's not going to help. Jesse Gordon, Chuck Sweeting for 4th and 5th position. Wyatt Walker, rather. Going back almost a full 2 seconds from the lead. More than that, almost a full 3 seconds. Trent Wilkin on the rebound to the inside of Quentin Stewart. Almost 3 wide here with Ryan Philbrick. Big run here out of the exit of 2. Stewart nowhere to go though. Has to lift out on the throttle, has the 12 to the inside. We're looking at 3 wide here possibly. Clean air on the nose with the 24, a little wiggle. And continue to hold on to it. Right on board, full face cam for Quentin Stewart. Just behind him, Brent Allen, a few others. Let's go on board with the 16, see what he's seeing. The PDI Chevrolet, gonna look to the inside, that's a lap down car. He's gonna lift out of the throttle. Marty Phillips in the number 50. Little contact with the outside wall there for the 16 briefly. Gonna continue to hold on. We're getting sideways again here. Through 3 and 4. Again, that was on board with Brent Allen in the number 16 machine. Daniel Monex continues to lead. 71 laps complete. Four-tenths of a second separate him and Alan Dobbs. You can see the lead battle here with Molnex, but then you go to the position battle. About even here. First, second, and third. Jesse Gordon has reeled him back in. .38, the 21, and the 10 for the top 3. Gordon feeling really confident there on the outside line. Line seems to be working for the 10 car as they come out of turn 2. He's going to get a good run here. Riding on board now with the 10 of Jesse Gordon. They'll let the 50 by. Well, based off the speed that the 10's showing, he can get around the 21 here in a couple laps if he plays it right. Just has to be careful not to get into that outside wall. I'm going to cut the tri-oval. Right up next to that wall. Might get into it here. Has to lift out. Pushing it a little too hard. Back the entry up a little bit more for the 10. At think he'd be okay. He just needs to back it up a little bit more and he'll have it. Wisnowski fighting on the outside of Bryson Witherspoon. Witherspoon going to go by for the 14th spot. There's Max Koss just behind him in the 63. Cleared for the 20. Damage on the right side of two of these three cars on your screen. Here comes Max Koss now for 15th. And he will clear, just about cleared, into one. We'll go side by side down the backstretch. "31 laps into this stint. We're just about 10 laps shy. 10 laps shy of that halfway on splitting this run. And 100% fuel. All right, I got the link for you. Go ahead and type that into a browser there. Mara Fraga. You can join in on that Discord. Doing too many things at once here. Daniel Monex continuing to lead. 34 laps now in the books for him. We had a pit stop here. Looks like the 21 machine. Down pit road now. Dobbs, with about 40 to go, is going to come in for service. Misses his stall just slightly there. That mistake might come back to haunt him here in the later part of this race. We'll have to wait and see. Molnex continuing to stay out on the track. Back here with Brent Allen in the 7th position as he gets by Ryan Philbrick. Ethan Wisnowski down to his stall. He's going to hit pit road. Gerald Sensenbaugh is going to be the 43 and 17th position, also hitting his. Philbrick down as well. Here comes the 38 of Daniel Molnex. 35 laps. That puts them just shy, but if they're 35, 36 laps into this stint, I'd have to think they can make it a full 40. This is just early pitting here. Jesse Gordon going to take over the lead. Will the tire difference be enough here for the 10? Ronnie Joyner stays out. Does Chuck Sweeting and Trenton Wilkin. About 8 cars left to pit here. Wyatt Walker down pit road. Jesse Gordon as well. The 10 down and away. I take that back. I thought he was down and away. You're on board there with Jesse Gordon. Chuck Sweeting going to take over the lead, and that means Ronnie Joyner had to be coming down pit road. Green flag pit stops underway here on lap 84. Started about 6 laps ago with Tyler Willard And a few others, Quentin Stewart down as well. But Alan Dobbs looks like he stands to gain the most from this, possibly, as Sweeting gets passed. And here comes a 75 down pit road. Well, Trenton Wilkin, one more lap around. We saw Wilkin have problems earlier in this race. Got sideways to bring out our caution and then had problems again through the tri-oval with contact and got sideways. Just a number of different things here for the 12. He's going to continue to stay out. 85 laps complete as he crosses the stripe. He's going to lead some laps now in the 12 machine. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're watching QSR Simulations, the Chase for the Cup, season number 3. More coverage is going to continue on V-Speed right after this.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Back here live, Bryson Witherspoon, after leading some laps, is going to come down pit road. Started in 12th. He led 2 of them. He'll be the final car to bring it down to the pit lane. You're watching the QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup here on Thursday night. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. We have flag-to-flag coverage all season long. Going to Iowa next week. I'm sitting here at Kansas Speedway, and a lot of racing left to be done. About 30 laps to go, and exactly 30 laps to go when this driver right here crosses the stripe. He has a 1.5 second lead over Daniel Molnex. Now bear in mind there's about a 3-lap difference on tires. Molnex, Jesse Gordon, all of these drivers pitted in stages. Dobbs about 12 laps on the stint, Molnex about 9 laps, and Jesse Gordon has 1 lap fresher tires. And a driver in second position trying to chase him down. Last time by is about identical on lap times. We'll have to wait and see if the 10 can catch back up. Shuffling around here for the 11th position, Wisnowski and Max Cost. Side by side out of turn 2 and into 3 and 4. 63 going to prevail, it looks like. And he'll get by for the 11th position on Wisnowski. A shout out to Max Cost and all the Saturday Night Racing League drivers and BTDY and all the other broadcasts that we have all season long. And without Quentin Stewart, none of this would be possible. So shout out to him as well. On a great show, put together a great league. Currently running in the 7th position for Quentin Stewart. Riding on board with the 24. The post-race banter goes back and forth here, and you know, it doesn't always work out, but tonight has been really clean. 15 lead changes. We had our stage caution. We had our actual caution there with Trenton Wilkin and the contact through the tri-oval. Outside of that, it's been clean and green. And for all the lead changing and the racing that's been going on in these Gen 4 cars at Kansas, it's been an excellent show thus far. We come up with Daniel Molnix catching up. Last time by, 0.3 of a second faster. As he continues to chase down the 21 of Alan Dobbs. Molnix all over the back bumper as they go into turn 1. Going to continue the slide and move. Dobbs with the older tires. We're talking about 3 laps difference. Here's the pass for the lead. To the bottom for the 38. Will all but be clear through the tri-oval. He will be clear out of the exit of 4. Back on a crossover. Dobbs going to put up a fight here into 1. And a heavy fight here. I'm really impressed that he went down to the bottom, but not going to be able to do anything with it. Daniel Molnix, your leader. The closing laps, 23 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Jesse Gordon has caught back up as well. Looking for a podium, maybe a top 2 position. I don't know if he has anything for Molnix, but he definitely can catch up to Dobbs. Similar difference in tires as he runs the high line here. Gonna get a big run down the backstretch. And Jesse Gordon out of turn 4. It's a little tight there. Dobbs just trying to hold on. Ronnie Joyner working his way into this picture as well for the top 3. Gordon gets by. Car in the wall, the 21. He's going to lose another spot. Dobbs throws away the lead. Big mistake there through 1 and 2. It's going to allow Ronnie Joyner by as well. He sets his sights on the lead. Daniel Molnix about a second ahead. We're back here to 5th position, Chuck Sweeting. So the top 3, Molnix, Gordon, Joyner, Dobbs, and now Sweeting. Precious tires on the racetrack go to the 75. Can he reel in the top 3, though, before this thing is all said and done? Definitely has a chance here on Dobbs. Makes a mistake and gets into the wall, losing a lot of ground. 4th position driver getting reeled in by your 5th place spot here. 1 lap led here for Chuck Sweeting after starting on the pole. Back here side by side for 6th position, 85. of Wyatt Walker and Galen Wunsch in the 199 playing defense on the outside out of turn 4. Almost into the wall there in the entry of 1. Wyatt Walker is going to go by. Passes for position, sideways for the 2, and pass for a second. Ronnie Joyner gets by Jesse Gordon. Is Ronnie Joyner going to find his way to the front? 2-lap fresher tires than your leader, Daniel Monex, who's been trying to run away. How about Ronnie Joyner? Kind of the sleeper in this race all the way through. 00 has only led 1 lap, started back in 10. He hasn't been in the picture all night, but in the closing laps with less than 20 to go, it looks like the 00 might be favored to win this race. On board with the 00. These are teammates here for the 00 and the 38. Into the wall for Jesse Gordon, into 1. He's sideways. Still trying to hold on to it. He'll take it to the bottom of the racetrack, into the wall for the 00 as well. Joyner makes a mistake. 6/10 separate him and Daniel Monex. Sideways again out of 4. Commentary presented here on V-Speed. A lot of people to thank. Quentin Stewart, of course, here for the QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup. First and foremost on the 24 team. We'll check in with him. He's back in the 9th position. Break for him so far. Looking to turn this day around. He's chasing down Brent Allen in the number 16 for 8th. Started up in the top 5 though for the 24. Would like to get back to where he started this race. It's been pretty clean and green though. All the racing left to be done. 15, 16 laps to go. Ronnie Joyner 0.3 of a second away from the lead. Tags it down to the bottom in 1 and 2. Pulls away from Jesse Gordon about a full second. Battle for the lead heats up. Daniel Monex, the most laps today. The 38 team trying to seal the deal. You can lead every single lap of this race, but if you don't lead the last one, well, you know what it means. Everybody out there in the chat, make your prediction for who's going to win this race. Does the 38 hold on to it? 11 laps to go. Ronnie Joyner, little mistake out of turn 4. Gives up a little ground back to him. And back to the bottom here. 2/10 separate them. Can Monex hold on? Great run out of 2. Gonna take the line away from the 00. Little dirty air for Ronnie Joyner. Ten to go as they cross the stripe. 38 00, the 10. Back to 5th place. You got Dobbs and Sweeting, 21 and 75. Closest battle on the racetrack is between Christian Ruck-Regal and Max Kost. Ryan Philbrick, 9/10 of a second ahead of this battle. .33 of Ruck-Regal. Stellar day for him after starting in 15th. He's going to try to pass for 11th. And has the tires to do so. Three cars have left this race. Trent Wilkin, Tyler Willard, and Clay Nelson. The 12, the 13, and the 22. Early exit. 18 cars still racing. 13 laps down for Tyler Audrey. And I think we need to emphasize the T in this name. Autry. How about that? Not a need. We do see a pass for position here. This is for the 10th spot. Philbrick goes by. Up to 9th position now. Setting his sights on Quentin Stewart. Molnix continuing to hold on to the lead. We're approaching 5 to go. Is Ronnie Joyner able to catch up to him? He gets him back within 4/10 out of turn 2. Once the green top 00 got to the 38, the M&M's machine seems like it went stagnant. Take 5 to go when they cross the stripe this time by. 3/10 separate. Pressure's on for Daniel Molnix. Ronnie Joyner negating that finish at Daytona of 23rd position. Laps left through 3 and 4. High line now for the 00. Gonna try something different. Gets a run. 4 to go in the strike. Joyner within 3/10. Taking the line away is Molnix. The battle continues of taking the lines away. Jesse Gordon has the tires even out. Identical lap times for the top 3, all 33.2. A little bit far out there for the 10. 3 laps to go now. 10th faster for Daniel Molnix. The cat and mouse of taking lines away. A little loose there. Joyner not going to have a good run out of 2. Down the backstretch, loses the 10. 2/10. And 2 to go. An excellent strategy here from Molnix to take the lead away from the 21. Alan Dobbs has fallen all the way back to the 4th position after leading coming in for green flag pit stops. All the side-by-side and back and forth. 2 laps left. Gonna get the white flag here for Daniel Molnix. Look alive, chat. We might have another winner in the Season 3 of QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup. White flag in the air this time by. Daniel Molnix just has to get around one more time at Kansas Speedway. Ronnie Joyner falls back another 10. It's all but wrapped up for the M&M's 38. Traffic in front, not going to catch him in time. Max Koss battling with Christian Reckriegel. He'll have one more chance to go around this racetrack. But for Daniel Molnex, it's another win in the books. 3 consecutive seasons here. Daniel Molnex is the winner. Lost. Reckriegel. Chuck Sweeting is done. He's got 5th position. Across the line for Quentin Stewart. Now turn 4. Christian Reckriegel will round out the top 10. Only 11 cars left on the lead lap. Daniel Molnex comes around to the stripe. There's your top 3 on your screen, and I'm sure the 38 is going to burn it down. Post-race interviews with your top 3. Final race results coming up right after this. You're watching QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup live on V-Speed. More coverage right after this.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Here live from Kansas Speedway, the QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup has concluded its 120 laps. Well, you can go on the math on that. I don't know exactly how many miles it was, but, you know, if you want to do math, I'll check it. 180 miles here tonight. Daniel Molnex was victorious. Stage winner with Alan Dobbs, but the 38 is able to best that run. Started in 8th, comes here home in victory lane. Ronnie Joyner tried to chase him down, had fresher tires by about 2 laps. The 00, a little bit short here tonight. He'll finish in the top 3 in 2nd. Jesse Gordon 3rd position with Alan Dobbs and Chuck Sweeting the top 5. Then it's Wyatt Walker with 6th position, Galen Wunsch 7th, Ryan Philbrick and Quentin Stewart, Christian Ruck-Riegel. How about that for the 33 after starting in 15th? Max Koss is going to go in 11th position after starting in 20th. Bryson Witherspoon, 12th position. Ethan Wisnowski, 13th. Brent Allen, 14th. Brandon Yates, 15th. Then you have Gerald Sensenbaugh with 16th position. Marty Phillips, 17th. Tyler Autry in 18th spot. Trenton Wilkin out of the race here tonight. Everybody pretty much from 19th down here is going to be out of the race. Then you have Tyler Willard back to 21st position. Clay Nelson, Mike Petrin, and Larry Eddy rounding out the field here tonight. Tough break for some of these guys. They got early exits to this race. I know Trenton Wilkin, definitely a good driver. Could have finished in the top 5 here today. But that brings us to our post-race interviews. And our 3rd place finisher, Jesse Gordon, in the number 10. Jesse, I'm used to talking to you in the VRX booth. You know, here tonight, it was a tough one. I think you got a lot of practice here at Kansas here recently with the Track Champion Series. What was it like, though, in the Gen 4 car?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Definitely had to conserve tires, manage them, to try and get a good run to where you weren't falling off at the end, off a cliff. So, yeah, it was a battle for sure. It was tough because you always want to chase those guys up front and make a run and try and get by them, but you know, then you burn your tires up. So, yeah, it was overall a fun race though.
Well, it looked like a good time. You led some laps here today, 18 of them. You got by there early in the run. But let's talk a little bit about the strategy. You stayed out a couple laps more than some of the guys ahead of you, but Ronnie Joyner and Daniel Molnex pulled away. Did the tires even out there at the end of this green flag run?
Yeah, the tires. So I was over 2.3 seconds behind Daniel, and then he was 4.5 seconds behind Alan. So yeah, I was trying to catch Daniel, but at the same time trying not to burn my stuff up, knowing I had a little better tires. But yeah, then Ronnie came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
he got to both of us, and I thought for sure he was going to get by Daniel, but Daniel was able to either hold him off or air block or something. So all in all, though, yeah, my tires fell off at the end and then made some mistakes. And at that point, I was like, I'm not going to catch, definitely not Ronnie for sure. So.
Well, you speak of mistakes. It looked like that midway through the turn wall was kind of equal on both ends. And I know 1 and 2, it looked like the entry was a little more difficult.
Yeah, 1 and 2, right before the corner, the wall almost curves out a little bit and sticks out like a little bump. So you had to hit it just perfect, and then as the tires wore, you had to brake earlier and earlier, so you got closer to that bump. So that was kind of the tough point, and sometimes you'd overcook it a little bit and get into the wall.
Outside of that, Jesse, we got you up here in the booth. You got a top 3, stellar day for everything that, you know, between racing for the lead, leading some laps, and then of course coming home on the podium. Anybody you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, all in all, I'll take the 3rd for sure. Long race and a tough battle with these cars at that track. So yeah, I'd like to thank you for putting on the broadcast, of course, and QSR obviously putting on the show, and my sponsors, Pink Cheeks Tanning Salon, AMSLO, Caritas Tires, Davis Trenching, United Window Tint, Empire Motorsports, and my team, HBM Motorsports.
Sorry we couldn't have Matt Gagnon up here for another one, but at some point we will.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
All right, Jesse, appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Iowa Speedway.
Thank you. You too.
Third place finisher Jesse Gordon in the number 10. After starting at third, he's going to remain there as we move on to our second place finisher, Ronnie Joyner in the 00. Ronnie, you're a man of few words, but I want you to give me your best, I guess, comparison to what could have been. You put it out here tonight. You pitted later than everyone else. Almost. You just got there, and then once you got there, it seemed like the car fell off.
Yep, it sure did. Got really super loose and had to go where he wasn't just to maintain pace with him. But really fun and white knuckle and sweating. It's fun when you can race a teammate like that. So great race tonight.
We made the point there that you guys are teammates, and Daniel Wonex, a little hiatus here lately. I know that he's missed some races, but how great is it though to come back after Daytona? I know it was a little bit shortened and delayed, but the race didn't go well for you overall, and now you come here to Kansas and kind of reverse it.
Yep. So when you get down in the points that low at the beginning of the race, the only way to do it is just drive the hell out of it and get them back up to the front and have them great finishes and keep it going. So even though we're teammates, if I could have got to his bumper, I would have moved him, and he knows that. Just because we're teammates, we still race each other hard, and that's what's fun about it is everybody in the Venom crew races each other, just like we're racing other people. So.
Well, and Jesse said it the same way. You came out of nowhere. You were quiet all race long. Was it the green flag pit stops that made you thrive, or was there kind of, I know where I'm going to be, kind of premeditated this whole run, and you're going to find yourself at the end of this race? What was the strategy coming into this tonight?
Well, we had a good strategy to start off, so we were just saving tire, qualified bad, so saved tire, and came back up through the field and was in fourth, and then a lap car, kind of got in the way before we did that stage, and then I had to get the damage fixed down there, so that kind of put me back in 10th again, and then had to drive up there and get the track position again. So we were saving tires all night, and it counted when it needed. So
absolutely, that's what you got to do. Ronnie, I know that you got people supporting you. Go ahead and shout those names out while we got you up in the booth.
Bradley, I'd like to shout out to you and V-Speed for the broadcast, the QSR admin team. Chris Nail, my buddy, wasn't here tonight. I don't know where he's at. Hope to see you in here next week. Venom Motorsports for all the testing and all that we do and making good runs and racing each other and giving feedback. And, great run tonight. It was a great race.
I noticed the shout out didn't go out to Daniel Molnex, so I'm looking forward to Iowa when you guys come back next week. Maybe a victory for Ronnie Joyner.
Yep, we'll be rumbling at it again.
Ronnie Joyner, second place here tonight at Kansas. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Have a good one, Bradley.
And finally, that brings us to our race winner, teammate to the 00. Daniel Molnex is going to be victorious. As soon as I figure out a way to pull him up into the broadcast booth, I will. There we go. For the 38. We've got him up here in victory lane. Daniel, I got to ask you real quick. There's a number of things that went different in this race. You had the caution that shook up the strategy. You adapted to it. Then you ran your green flag pit stops. You come out on top versus Ronnie Joyner, who came out of nowhere. It's almost a solid 6 seconds back to Alan Dobbs, who you were competing with before those pit stops.
Yeah, I looked at that. I know whenever I rolled off pit road, I watched him pit, and I thought about pitting the next lap, but I remember our race here last season where I had to save some fuel to make it to the end. So I said, I'll just, run another lap or two and then pit. And I knew it was going to give time up, but I rolled off pit road and I was like, geez, it's 4 seconds. I wasn't expecting it to be that much. I was like, I got to go. And my car was able to hold on longer than his was. I was just hoping that I would be able to get to him and, get get around him by the time he fell off. And I knew that the guys behind me had tires, but having clean air, I was able to kind of run defensive when I needed to. So, I mean, and Ronnie, I'm pretty sure he had like a two lap advantage on tires. So had he got around me, he would have just drove away more than likely. But yeah, it all kind of just fell into place and worked out.
Well, you drove far enough to get ahead of Ronnie, and once the tires for the 00 evened out, it seemed like you got to that 2 or 3/10 threshold. You were able to keep that 38. And I gotta ask, what's up with the number change here this season?
Well, the first season, the little half season that I got in, a lot of the numbers were taken, so I was like, well, just give me whatever, and I got the 6. And then I took the 2 last season, and I joke and say that, I didn't win the championship with that number, so I'm not using it anymore. But I was always a big Rusty Wallace fan, so that was always my thing. But I like a lot of the paint schemes from this era, and the 38 had some really good ones, so I decided to switch it up, show them off.
Yeah, you're full on Elliott Sadler at this point. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta ask one more question here. You come into tonight, kind of on a hiatus on the Thursday night portion of things. You didn't do Daytona. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, I was out of town. I was at Mustang Week for that one. I watched it, and I seen that it wasn't so great. I guess Legacy Daytona didn't have lights, so they only ran half the race.
Call it Darktona.
Right in that area. Oh, Darktona. That makes sense. So, but yeah, that Daytona always seems to be that one race I miss. But I mean, it's always a crapshoot there anyway. So you can run up front or run in the back and still get wrecked, being in both places. So had that gone anything like my truck race a couple weeks ago, I would have got caught up in every single incident that happened. So I don't feel bad that I missed out. Like I say, I had a lot of fun last week, and just got to make some points up now.
Well, finally, Daniel, we have you up in the booth. You're going to be here for Iowa Speedway, I assume. Race 2 winner. You kind of just reversed, kind of like your teammate, Ronnie Joyner. I mean, you were going to be 23rd in points, I mean, based off of that. So you come out here, get the victory. Your teammate gets a great finish. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank for tonight's victory?
Quentin and all of the QSR admin. I know the time and effort and all that stuff that goes into putting this stuff on. It doesn't just happen overnight, and Beta Motorsports, we always run well. Ronnie, he takes jabs at me throughout the week to get me ready for these races sometimes, but we run competitively, and I mean, that's all you can really ask for. You guys, I know it takes a lot for you to put these on too, and to get it right, and you always do a great job with it. So shout out to you and everybody over at V-Speed, and that's all I got.
We appreciate your time. Daniel Monex victorious here tonight. We look forward to next week at Iowa Speedway. Take care, buddy.
All right. See you guys next week.
So there you have it there. And the top 3 and post-race interviews, Daniel Monex getting the victory here today from Kansas Speedway. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll be flag to flag all season long. Can't wait until I get my soundproof room. I'm working on it. Chat. One of these days, we'll be bringing you coverage with no interruptions. But until then, for Anna Baker, our other producers, Morgan Cook, Logan Threlkeld, Christian Hill, Eddie Smith. Eddie Smith can be helping me out here on Saturday. And then we have coverage at 9 p.m. on Friday for the Track Champion Series. So don't go far, and you don't have to go far, as we'll be at the Kansas Speedway for race number 6. Till then, take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.